Hello, internet, and welcome back. I don't know if you knew you were not muted. I don't know if you thought you were
I know
muted.
I wasn't
Either
muted.
way,
I know I wasn't.
brilliance.
I'm gonna start muting people on my own.
Welcome back to Elegant Creatures, our monster of the week game here on GGK Thursdays. Glad to be back. Good to see everybody. All the beautiful faces here on my call, and good to see you out there. If you join us live, we appreciate you. Love you. You know, interact with the game. Throw us, some plus forwards or some fun stuff like that. It's available to you. Some housekeeping things. Our next stream will be this Saturday at 11 o'clock Eastern for a premiere day. Oh my god, we have a premiere and we have a finale. I'll let the GMs for those games talk about those.
Oh shit, I just realized that because I was thinking, I was like, no, you're wrong. It's the opposite. And then I remembered, yes, you're right. It's both.
Yes, it is both. Very excited. So I'll let them talk about that. But we have a double header on Saturday. Woo! It's gonna be baller. So definitely come check that out. Otherwise, you know what? Like if in the meantime you want to catch up on some of our streams, you can jump on BOD on Twitch. You can check out our YouTube with literal years of content. Or if you want to know when we're gonna go live for like an Elden Ring or Pokemon or just some random stream of whatever, jump in our Discord. We always let you know what we're doing here on the internets. For right now, I will allow my yes, because I could stop you. Have my wonderful cast introduce themselves. Please, as always, tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and who you are playing this evening. We will start, as always, with Val.
And I guess you could just jump straight into running the game, and there's not really much
I
we could do about it.
I don't. Why would
I feel like we'd still introduce ourselves the first time we
at
spoke,
some
just
point,
out of habit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Speaking of random streams, hi everyone. I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. Like Sid said, I run one of the games on Saturday that's going to be premiering / ending. We're going to be actually wrapping up our season 1 of our Parslings game, Ward 47. So you should come hang out with us for that as we get ready for season 2. So a lot of dramatic stuff coming to a head this week. So we hope you join us and that you enjoy it. The other thing that I run is on Mondays. I run our Red Jenny game. We're playing Dragon Age. We had a lovely little downtime interlude session this last week, and we're getting into what will be probably the final act of our first job here this coming Monday. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I will probably tomorrow be streaming some Pokemons again, continuing my Nuzlocke run, because I will probably be leaving work early to do that, because it has been a week. So that's me. Tonight I'm gonna be playing Leah, who is the Flake.
Next up is Van.
Hi, it's me. I'm Van. I just saw myself for the first time since like this morning, and my hair is doing something incredibly different. So today I will be playing Ryan Atwood from the OC, or any of the characters from Point Break, whose names I don't remember. But you can find me on the internet at Savvy Seaworth. I'm so tired, you guys. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internet. You can find me wherever you find people on the internet. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Hive Social, but mostly I'm hanging out in the aforementioned Discord. Or here on Twitch. You can find me here on this channel several nights a week, either playing games or running them. I'm the premiere this week. Very excited. It's not a new show. It's a new season of Strixhaven that won't be taking place in Strixhaven anymore. But I'm very excited to start more of the queer chronicles of what is now the Strixhaven Quintet officially. starting Saturday morning. Very excited. And when I'm not here playing or running games, you can find me Sunday nights on twitch.tv/lbhackemup, starting this week for a little bit, playing Monster of the Week. Tonight, I am playing Juno Dalton, who is the monsters.
Speaking of a Dalton, Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. OMG, it's some guy on the internet. Mostly I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then also on Sundays on LB Hack'emup's channel for the shenanigans over there. As was said, I am also a Dalton. I am Max Dalton, who is, this will only make sense if you've seen the Pedro Pascal clip, but he is your cool slutty daddy. And his playbook is the action scientist.
But his true playbook is Daddy. So, yeah. Archer, you're up next.
That is my father?
Fathers can be slutty daddies.
I know, but like...
My dad was definitely a slut, but hey.
Mine too.
That was very confusing.
I mean, I have 5 siblings, so I guess mine as well. Yeah.
RJ's realizing some things about his father. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You can catch me RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch.
Val looks so afraid to squeeze it.
I need my comfort. I need my emotional support,
I was
Dragon.
just sitting there like, Mom, come please pick me up. I'm scared.
I do a lot of things on the interweb, so come check out my Twitter because I normally retweet whenever I go live in places. Today I'm playing Gus and he's the Chosen.
Oh, and Wally, take us home before Val runs away.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet. You can find me on the socials, both Hive and the Twits, as WALLE132, like the cute little Disney robot. You can find me on this channel Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays playing games with all these fantastic people. And you can find me popping up pretty soon and a bunch of other stuff. So keep an eye, because I got some pretty cool projects happening this year that I'm very excited about. Today, I am playing Sandalphon, the Crooked. You know, your favorite little naked cat loan shark.
Right on. And I will be your Fae-cilitator this evening. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on Twitter and on Hive Social and on Instagram as Greek Sid. And yeah, I am here. I am a GGK exclusive currently. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays, mostly playing in games, but I run this one. Yay! Y'all ready to get started? Right on, right on. Dad, if you would not mind doing your illustrious recap for a +1 forward.
Yeah. Last time was quite a lore dump. So let's get into that a bit. Start things off, we had technically it's the start of a new mystery, and like half the party has start of mystery moves. Gus is out drinking with Sandy and really struggling to keep his eyes open. And at one point he blinks and he's not in the bar that they're in anymore. Instead, he's in a vast hallway with numerous doors to either side. It's huge ceilings, cavernous almost, and eerily quiet. He sees several figures start to emerge from the various doors, all of which are cloaked and carrying stacks of books. As one figure emerges from a door closer to him, he focuses in on the books in their particular stack. They all look ancient, but one in particular draws his focus. And he feels the same cold sensation as he does from any of the other Freeze's pieces, most notably his own dagger. He blinks again, and he is back in the bar. He pinches Sandy's cheek, and Sandy punches him in the arm to ensure that he is not, in fact, dreaming. Gus tells Sandy about the vision, and they agree that they need to tell the rest of us later. And of course, they were watching Great British Bake Off on the bar television. Leah, back at her apartment, also watching Great British Bake Off, has her own premonition. She gets a pit in her stomach, and she blinks, and at first she thinks she's seeing Tetsuya, the little dog that the Daltons have adopted. But it's not the adorable dog that we know him as. This is a Tetsu that resembles the massive oversoul that she initially saw in him. It's 50 feet tall, half a city block wide, eyes a bright icy blue. It's snarling with saliva dripping down from its 8-inch fangs, and it charges towards Leah. But she blinks and the vision is gone. Meanwhile, back at the Dalton household, Juno had just finished their call with Sawyer and tells me about it, and decides that this is enough of a serious problem that we need to get the gang back together, even though we all just left very awkwardly when Gus told us that, hey, I went and got your Sam back from the jungle. So we tell everyone to sync up so that we can go meet Sawyer. At that time, Gus tells us about the vision that he had. Juno gets a text from Sawyer with instructions on how to find them. We're going to Potential, which is a magic nightclub of sorts. And we need to give them a password and not to tell them who we are seeing. So we arrive to Potential, which is this hub for magical practitioners to gather in the city, and they've got all sorts of facilities for doing magic and also clubbing. So we arrive, we go, we tell the front desk person the password, and she directs us into the facility, which seems like an empty nightclub, and like the stereotype of a nightclub, like someone was like, let me make a nightclub. But it is largely unattended. Only a couple people on the dance floor, a few people around that have the posture of security guards but are not in any sort of uniform. But we continue on until we get to room number 7, which is not the 7th door. The doors are not numbered in any kind of immediately sensical order. Once we knock, Juno's the first one there. Door cracks open and the door is still chain locked shut. But it is Sawyer who sees us, opens the door and lets us in, and immediately relocks the door. It looks like it's a very nice hotel room, but it has been taken over by the sort of typical Red String Conspiracy Board sort of stuff that you see. Papers everywhere, research, all that jazz. Sawyer tells us that they have a membership at this club and they've been hiding out here, and it's been able to take care of all their needs, but they are very concerned and they have a presentation for us, which they start off by assuring us that they don't know everything despite all the bits and bobs on the wall, and they say that we kind of got them fired. That the box that we took out of the Rankle farm, we weren't supposed to do that. They're not exactly sure why the mayor didn't want us to remove it, but she wanted to get shares in the farm, and at this point Sawyer starts showing us emails that they had access to from the mayor. But someone else put a bid in on the farm and started a bidding war, and apparently this was all really to get access to the box that we took out. And since Sawyer did not stop us from removing it, they got fired. Sawyer goes on to say that they do know about the supernatural and that the mayor and the King of Visions have been banging. Not that discreetly, or at least, for someone who is a personal aide to the mayor. After Sawyer got fired, they started digging for some blackmail to either get their job back or get something out of it from the mayor. And turns out City Hall did not shut off Sawyer's employee access, so they were able to do some digging. as they were digging through the mayor's email, things got a little scary. They show us an exchange between the mayor's email and an unknown one. The messages are vague, probably coded, but there is repeated references to information regarding the separation, capital T, capital S. Digging into more of these emails, there's other references to the Scion, also capitalized, and discussion of summoning the Scion. There's also the ritual, capitalized, both finding what the ritual is and completing it. Sawyer then explicitly, well, not quite so explicitly tells us, directly tells us that they walked in more than once on the king and the mayor banging at the office. Your tax funds at work. They knock before entering, but one time before they knocked, they heard them talking about this separation ritual and how the king is trying to figure it out. Sawyer had assumed this was a theoretical conversation, but it seems that the king and the mayor seem to think that it could reverse the convergence, which is the big magical event which brought all the different worlds and species together in the first place. King believes it would be possible, but would require an immense amount of magic to the point that it would probably be catastrophic. But despite that, is probably still going to try and make it happen. Sawyer broke back into the mayor's office, trying to find more information about this. This is clearly ancient magic. And at that point, Gus tells us about the vision that he had, and about the ancient tomes, and a little bit of back and forth. Seems to reveal that the mayor has a potential contact for someone who could get her the ritual, and this is someone from the Eileen Orders. Sandy vaguely recalls that name, given that Sandy's been around for a while. They are an ancient monastic order, keepers of vast knowledge, but they haven't done much in the past millennia. Gus tries to force himself back into his vision, which Leah says is a bad idea usually, especially for a novice visionary. I don't know if that's the right word for it.
I like that though. That's a novice visionary.
Yeah, much better than the visionaries that make themselves bigwigs these days. Gus goes back in to look for some kind of iconography or identifying features. He does succeed and gets back into the vision, and this time finds a simple marking on some of the robes. It's a full circle, and on other sides are crescents facing outward. I guess kind of like that.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. He snaps back to reality. Brain melting out of his nose. He dabs his finger in some blood, writes the symbol on the table, and passes out. We get him cleaned up and tended to, and Sandy, now recognizing the symbol and having a better idea of what to do, says that they can go to some of their contacts to try and find more information, but Sawyer says that there is no record of the Eileen Order here in Concord. They've tried scrying and other methods, but nothing has come up. Sandy then offers Sawyer a job and a place to stay. Sawyer's a little skeptical that Sandy's facilities would be more secure than the room that they have at Potential, but appreciates the offer. I raised the possibility that the mayor or the king could want control of the Angel's Gate, so that if their plan goes through, they'd still have a way to access all the different worlds once they are deconverged. Leah asks Sawyer if they still have access to the mayor's public schedule and if there are any handshake events or something coming up. turns out there is something for donors for the city council tomorrow night. As we get ready to leave and figure out our plans, Sawyer tells us not to let anyone know that they are involved, since the biggest asset they have for helping us and resolving the situation is that they still have access to the work systems, which could get shut off at any time. Sandy sends Chauncey out to get some over to Gus's to get some spare clothes for Sawyer, who has been stuck in this hotel room for who knows how long, maybe since the the day at the Rankle farm, which has been a while. Juno also reassures Sawyer that they can call her for anything that they need to talk about. And as we all leave, Sawyer is very careful to not be seen from the rest of the facility, hiding behind the door of their room. Juno helps Gus get back home since he is in rough shape from melting his brain to access the vision. Sandy starts figuring out a plan to go talk to the primordial slime, who may have information that we need in addition to other ongoing projects and quests that we have. And we also start figuring out how we are going to get to the donor party tomorrow. Fortunately, Leah's got the hookup and asks the queen to help get some invites. Queen obliges, but asks why. Leah tells her everything, including about what's going on with the ring that the queen has. The queen is quiet for a while, evidently shocked at the audacity of her counterpart, and says that she is going to kill him. Leah's glad that the queen is not involved in these schemes, but advises not killing the king until we know what is going on. Queen says that this has been a very long chess game, but didn't think that the king was planning anything like this, but admits that it is something he'd do if it would give him the upper hand. And he certainly does not think that he's going to end the world, because of course he'll come out on top. He is vying for any chance to get back the power that was lost from before the convergence. The queen then goes on to say that back in the realm of the Fae, originally, they were essentially gods, and they have been much diminished in coming to Earth. But she doesn't believe that there is a world to go back to, since the convergence happened and everything is now here. Queen warns Leah to be careful with our plans to spy, and to be careful with the ring itself. She gives Leah permission to do what she needs to with the ring, which is called the Band of Auspice, or alternatively Fate's Bolster, which a bolster is also a part of a sword or a dagger. ... The ring has been in her family since before the convergence, and she has no memory of it ever being cold. Queen then asks Leah if she was from somewhere else before the convergence or born on Earth, but Leah literally doesn't know since she grew up in foster care. The queen then tells Leah a bit of what she knows about moth people and how rare they are. They're very good at finding things that are magical in nature, and Leah just assumes that others like her were in hiding or just fucking off doing their own thing. Leah thanks her for the tickets to the gala and promises to pick up dinner next time. And we'll, of course, share with the queen what we end up learning. The queen sends a driver for the next day to take Gus and Leah and Juno to a fancy dress store to get us all outfits for the gala. And then we have a fashion montage. Let's see. Gus has a maroon three-piece that shimmers slightly. Leah has a green pantsuit that is two-tone sequins, green on top, purple underneath, muted in some places with neon accents, gold jewelry, and a big hat with a lace veil around it, and 6-inch heels. Sandy has a crushed velvet purple suit with matching suede shoes, including gloves, and a circlet that goes down over his ear into a monocle. Juno has a long mermaid cut, form-fitting dress that's a deep midnight blue with a swirl pattern. The points of the swirls resolve into the phases of the moon, and combat boots underneath. They got me a powder blue suit with ruffles and a cummerbund, and I go into my workshop and come back out with a bespoke cane, which of course has some tricks in it, and a very tall top hat that matches.
Question, Dad? Question.
Yes.
Does the hat transform into a cannon?
It might. We'll see.
God, I hope so.
We'll see if any of the tricks come out to play. Meanwhile, Sandy had gone to the jungle, to the edges, and called for our friend David the Dragon, bringing a very high-quality Marilyn Monroe wig and asking David to act as our emissary with the primordial ooze. When Sandy mentions the ooze, David is like an elephant seeing a mouse in an old cartoon and screams and jumps into a tree holding on for dear life. David tells Sandy, take the wig away. This is not worth it. It's too scary. Sandy says it'll be fine. He'll be there. And David's a big dragon who only has to talk to the ooze, doesn't even have to touch it. David then asks if Sandy has a good offering for the ooze. And when Sandy says that they have a lot of money, David tells Sandy that the ooze does not care about money. Sandy reassures David that he'll figure something else out, and that we should try to go see the ooze after the gala this evening. But as they leave, and also offers David a nice red beehive wig. But as Sandy leaves, he begins to panic about not having an offering that is not just money.
Can we just get yourself and Alex at your table? +1 forward. Well earned, my friend. Thank you. And with that, I think a music change is in order. We haven't heard sensual bolero in a while.
God, this takes me back.
Let's go. Bring back them OG tracks.
Second, I thought RJ was raising a hand, but no, that's a dance.
That's a dance. The 5 of you arrive in, I assume, the town car that there's 5 of you, the limo that the queen has sent for you for this evening, so that you may arrive in style to City Hall, where this gala shall be taking place.
I can't persuade you to let me show up in a turbo team.
No.
Oh, damn.
Sorry. As magical as Jeff is, Jeff's a 2-seater and cannot fit all.
Oh no, I'd come separate from everyone else.
Roll me a...
It's fine. I'll show up with everyone. They'd get mad at me if I did this again. And Leah's gonna Leah knows she has one chance this evening to piss everyone off and get away with it, and she's gonna save that for the right moment.
You all arrive. There's even a little bit of press here this evening. Got a couple newspapers. It's an event. There's even the what do you call it, the stop and go wall. With
a step and repeat.
Step and repeat. There we go. With some of the sponsors, the big donors on it, or if you want to stand and get a commemorative photo as well. And you enter. You look the part, friends, most assuredly. I don't know if any of you have actually been to City Hall for any reason. I don't know, paying parking tickets. I don't know. but
Testifying.
testifying in court.
Juno's probably had to go before.
Yeah, I was, if anyone, Juno would maybe like to talk with the city council at some point, or
Except
but
to
it
argue
is
for one of his inventions not being a threat to public safety.
You file patents at City Hall, right?
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
do.
you know. Absolutely.
Just real quick,
Yes.
Gus stops at the stop and go where there's like the psycho pump as like this little corner thing. He just takes a little quick selfie and then walks away.
Beautiful. You enter the large, almost like I don't want to say entryway, but you walk in. It's an older building. It's very well kept, but big. Domed ceilings, large staircases that would go up into the upper offices. However, just everything in this area has been cleared out with, large round tables for seating. They've set up a stage for, like a 6-piece band. And this is a black tie affair. And yeah, everyone who's anybody is here this evening. You realize as you are walking up to present your, your invitations to enter fully. There is, security there that will be, searching everyone for weaponry or anything of that kind. So, are we armed this evening, friends?
Yes,
if so-
is the easy answer for Max.
Okay. Max has at least hidden it in a cane, so I
cane and the
feel
arm and maybe the hat.
Okay. As these are very well hidden, I think Max has probably got a go ahead in this one. Anyone else?
I'm gonna say no, but that's because I have 2 natural weapons.
Yeah.
I
What are
will
they gonna
say,
do? Take my teeth?
I will say
Technically 3, 1,
no.
2.
Technically,
Juno
I
is-
have teeth and claws though, so.
I mean, Juno is going to the gun show. That is Juno.
Oh, Juno is always going to the gun show. Gus,
He's fucking
Sandy.
hosting it.
You own the gun show. Gus, Sandy, Leah,
I'm
any weaponry upon your person?
Sandy did not pack any weapons
Okay.
with them.
It's because Sandy brought Juno.
Exactly.
Hey, got my weapon.
Keep
right
that thing on
here.
me.
Leah is trying to smuggle in her garrote as part of her belt.
Okay.
You're doing
I will.
It's chain belts all over
Yes,
again.
it's
Shoot
belt.
all over again.
You can't argue. It's just a belt.
It's just a belt.
Listen,
It's
I'm on this side of things now. It's just a belt.
It's
Listen.
just a belt.
If anyone without your permission can touch your belt, they're wrong. Like, it's
That's true.
Yes.
the exact same argument I made. Well, you shouldn't be fucking touching my waist.
Don't
What the
touch my
hell?
belt. What are you doing?
You cut yourself on my belt? Why are you touching me?
That's
Why'd
on you,
touch my
bro.
belt? This is boutique,
That's
okay?
on you, bro.
As it is being worn as an article of clothing. Again, I don't think we need to make a roll in this capacity. You're good there. Down to Gus.
I'm debating if I brought the dagger as a decorative piece. What's my... I've got 2 in cool. I can try to finagle this.
Okay. Are you attempting to wear it decoratively, or are you attempting to
It's
conceal
it's on his belt, like the side of his jacket is pushed to the side so it can be displayed properly.
Okay, I will say this. If you are attempting to wear it as a decorative piece, that would not be cool. You would be trying for a manipulation to the security people. If you're attempting to
Be
conceal
charmed.
it, yes. Then if you're attempting to conceal, I will say you could act under pressure on that one.
I've got positives in both. I'm gonna try to charm my way into this one. Be
Okay.
11.
Please describe how you convince this security officer to let you bring a knife to the fancy party.
Gus recognizes one of the security officers and skirts over that way and begins to chat them up. So
Okay.
essentially, like, yeah, I'm here with my friends. Yeah, this outfit is on loan. I cannot get a stain on it. This like dagger, decorative piece, it belongs in the museum. I don't know how they gave it to me, but they did.
No, it looks great. Just maybe
It's gonna be
tuck your coat. Yeah, just tuck your coat over it, and yeah.
Tuesday, right? You and Party 5?
Yeah. And tell him Steve vouches for you if anyone gives you trouble. Yeah, it's fine.
Gotcha, Steve. And now I can't cause shit because then it's gonna be their ass.
It's Steve's fault. Please get a gig worker fired. Hey.
No.
You did say the magic words though, so I am expecting Indiana Jones to show up at some point, punch you in the face, take your dagger, and yell, "It belongs in a museum" before jumping.
It's that scene from the first one. Gus gets shot as he's doing a flourish with the dagger.
That or Michael B. Jordan comes in and tells you all about colonialism.
Yeah, that too. Could go any number of ways. Wonderful. Okay, great. So you present your invitations. Leah, when you hand over the invitations, might you read a person?
Okay. Is this with my telepathy, or it doesn't make a difference? But I do have telepathy. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you do. I will allow you to just roll a read a person,
Yeah.
and you can.
I just always forget if it actually it doesn't affect the roll. It just means that I don't need to actually.
That they don't
say
get
it.
weirded out by you like being up in their mind and stuff. Yeah.
All right, let's roll, y'all. God damn, I roll so abysmally in this game. It's a 7. It's the highest I've rolled
Okay.
in months.
That is a hold one. So you can hold one for one to ask a question, which I shall answer truthfully.
Okay.
Is your character telling the truth? What are you feeling? What do you intend to do? What do you wish I would do? How could I get you to blank? Or, you make up a question. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, what is the visual vibe that I'm getting from this person right now? Like, are they like sneering? Are they like eyes wide? Like, what am I seeing right now? Because that might inform the question I
What
asked.
sort of prompted this was they, as people were going through, they were handing over the invitations. They just sort of check it, on a computer on sort of like the
I guess I'm
guest
asking,
list.
what is your character really feeling? That's the question I'm asking.
What are they really feeling? They are a little shocked and then slightly suspicious. But so they just sort of start, they take another moment, they sort of very diligently check the guest list, and then they pass you along.
I think it's like they're very like if they're taking any like more time than the person in front of us did. Leah does say, "Is everything okay?"
Oh, yes, miss, of course. Just due diligence and enjoy yourself.
Right. Thank you. Take it back. Keeps a very close eye on them to see what they do next as we go through security.
Okay. As you all pass through and they move on to the next guest, you do see them sort of lift up their arm to the, typical security of say something into their sleeve and continue on.
Did our invitation say like courtesy of the Queen of Mirrors or some? Okay.
Yes, they did.
Gotcha.
And to clarify, did it list us each by name or just like the Queen of Mirrors guests or
The Queen of Mirrors guests. So like that the invitations were essentially paid, the donation was paid for on behalf of the Queen of Mirrors.
We may have a problem, y'all.
What do you mean we have a problem?
Apparently it was sort of a red flag that we showed up that these tickets were paid for by Queenie. So, just be ready.
How is it possible that we already have a problem?
Because it's us. That's the reason why.
Because you didn't want me to show up with Jeff.
How does us
How would
not
that solve this
that
problem?
doesn't
I
make
saw the
this...
future would have changed everything. I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right. Okay.
Oh, Leah turns on her heel, her very high heel, and goes to the drink table.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with her.
Okay. You go handle that.
Do you guys want anything?
Please, scotch neat.
I don't know, the most frou-frou drink you can think of. It's for my character.
Got it. Gus?
Water, please. I probably need my faculties tonight.
Got it. I'll be back with Leah.
Keep an eye on her.
Don't look at me like that, bitch. You're not going anywhere by yourself.
Juno and Leah approach the bar where there is a very large, very lavish, like punch bowl sort of cocktail situation that you can pour for yourself. But there is also a full appointed bar, so whatever you want, they got it.
I'm going to the bar. I'm not getting anything out of an open container. Not around these people.
You order your drinks. Your invitations say what table you were at, so you're able to find that. And you are all seated together, obviously. And there is a sixth nameplate on the side, but that person does not appear to have arrived yet.
Is everybody already seated or being seated at their
No,
table?
a lot of people are still mingling around, grabbing drinks, chatting with friends. Some people are getting seated, but yeah, dinner has not been served yet.
I would like to do a once around the ballroom to see if I notice any important names at any of the tables.
Sure.
Are there names of the tables or just numbers that correspond with our tickets?
There are not full names. There seem to be last names of whoever did the purchasing
Whoever
of
bought the
the.
table. Okay,
Exactly.
then I'm looking to see who bought the tables.
Okay. I guess roll to investigate a mystery at a gala.
Investigate a mystery. Dice roller, why you do this to me? There we go. Why? Why, God?
God shits in my dinner once again.
That's a 5.
Ooh.
I'll take my
That can't
XP.
be helped either. Okay.
What, there's something about the monster knows where I'm at or something? I don't remember the exact...
Investigating mystery actually doesn't say what happens
Uh-oh.
on a failure. So instead, we'll just have something kind of fun happen.
Oh, don't forget about your 3 shitty tokens. to
Oh,
use
I
against
know.
me,
I
too.
haven't had to use them yet. So
Because I've rolled so bad.
yeah, we're good. No, I have. I will note that I went back to look at my notes right before we jumped on the call, and I had written down bad shit for Leah counter, but I'd written my B so poorly that it looked like dad shit for Leah counter, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that. Just thought I'd share all that with you.
Yeah.
Behind the curtain.
Leah's dad is also a slut.
Yes.
Leah, you make your way around. You start, checking out the tables, checking out some of the guests. What you are kind of seeing is that a lot of these tickets were not purchased necessarily by individuals, and if perhaps they were, they're usually purchased through like a company or something of that nature, just as if the queen purchased all of yours. You're seeing just like sort of local big companies, like a construction company here, or like a utility company, the utility company that's run by pheromones or whatever. So not a lot to be garnered from that necessarily. However, you do on your rounds absolutely notice that security is watching your every move.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. All according to plan. I returned to where everybody else is.
Just as Keikaku.
So when are they gonna start serving food?
Why are you staring at everyone like that?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I had a question about the food here as well. Is it like Fey Realm rules where us mortals shouldn't eat the food?
That is an excellent question.
That seems like a really bad dinner party.
No, this is, keep in mind, this is technically a, vanilla mortal shindig, so food should be fine. Some of the guests, maybe not so vanilla. But, yeah, I mean, looking around, most of these look like regular schmucks.
Yeah. Speaking of looking around and schmucks, there's a good chance security may want to come over and have a conversation with me soon. Just, that happens, don't panic.
Why?
I have no idea. I haven't even stolen anything yet. Do you think they can see the future too?
I
Wouldn't surprise me if Mayor had someone on staff for that.
what's like in that movie, Minority Report.
Right. They're gonna arrest me for future crimes.
I don't think they can do that.
I don't know. I've killed people for future. I mean, what?
Well, if we need to give them something else to pay attention to, I have come prepared. Now, for the rest of the evening, I am Norbert Noir, an entrepreneur in the NFT space, and I am here to find investors, shall we call them, for what are they, the ugly monkeys? Oh, no, and like,
Apes.
Right, yes.
Yes,
And,
yes.
reaches into his jacket pocket, pulls out a bunch of slips of paper that are just QR codes on them, and then pulls out his phone and pulls up it's a very poorly drawn, not even the ones we know. It's it's what I do in my OMG, it's crappy art stuff. So if I tried to make one
Max.
of those.
Juno has not looked this pleased in a long time.
What the fuck's an NFT?
I'm confused. I thought crypto went the other way in the crossing. I thought that was the
soon
one
as
thing
you
we
s-
lost.
As soon as
It
you say what
makes
the fuck
him
is an
eccentric.
NFT,
Let's him be happy with his project.
you see this person is a tech bro. You know they're a tech bro before they even turn around and begin speaking. But Gus, your ear is begun to be talked off by an individual who is happy to explain what NFTs are and why the bonus of investing in them would be that we'll finally be able to destroy the jungle in the middle of Central Park.
Okay, that's a good reason for NFTs in this future now that I'm thinking about it.
That is a good reason entirely for
That jungle's pretty shit.
Yeah.
It's not the jungle's fault.
That's debatable.
There is a moment after Gus has been talked to as he walks back to the party and just looks at Juno with these dead eyes. I can't believe Max knows about this because typically he doesn't do the whole tech thing. Usually I'm the one ahead of things, but how did I let this slip through?
I will be utterly honest. I'm incredibly proud of Maxwell for creating such a scheme. I'm actually kicking myself that I didn't think of this first. Speaking of which, and you see a twinkle in Sandy's eyes, like he wants to fleece 1 billion people in this place, and you see the gears turning in his head.
Go on, have fun.
Really, I can go.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well,
Thank you. And he
Next-
kisses Juno on the cheek, and he wanders off into the crowd.
there he
It's
goes.
okay, Gus. You've been under a lot of stress lately.
says the one who's also under a lot of stress lately.
But if I tell
Um,
you that it's okay,
That makes me feel a little bit better.
I'm
But
working
somehow
on it.
worse?
Don't tell me that. I'm working on it.
Raises a glass of water to Juno, clinks glasses, proceeds to chug the entire water glass.
I'm gonna have both Sandy and Mr. Noir here. Just go ahead and roll me a general like charm check to see how well you do schmoozing with the crowd.
Charm, you say?
Charm, you say?
Charm, you say?
For me, you say?
Trying to see if I can
that
bullshit my way
is-
into one of my moves for this.
That is a
Feel
14.
free.
That is a 14 for me.
Sandy, you almost immediately venture into a conversation with an already quite inebriated individual. You think they might, it sounds like they might be in like steelworks, something along those lines. And they are just hanging on your every word.
I walk up to this person and I'm like, excuse me, my friend. Yes, my name is Ikwembe. I'm from I'm from the continent of Africa, more specifically the country of Nigeria. Now, you may not know this, but I am looking to invest in your steel company, yes. And what I would like to do is perhaps you can give me seed money to start my investment. Then I will return the benefits onto you. It is more of a what is I would say like a trickle down effect perhaps, or maybe something like that where I make money, the money comes to you in droves. Trust me, it is solid. It is wonderful. You can believe me with this one. And he's like going off pulling the full Nigerian prince scam on these people.
My money's tied up in a lot of import-export right now, and
Yeah.
I need some money to move that through, so yeah.
I was so wrong. I'm gonna need a drink for this.
Mr. Noir.
Yeah, it would have to be some convoluted bullshit for me to come up with.
You do
using
get
one of
plus
my
one
moves.
forward.
Yeah.
And I will say, because it's fun, I will give you a +1 ongoing to all charm checks at this party for that goddamn hat.
Very good. So let me go ahead and add in a custom +2 to this roll.
Yes.
That makes it a 10.
Beautiful. Max, are you literally attempting to fleece people like Sandy, or what's your game this evening?
It's to get a sense of like who are the people hobnobbing with the mayor and by extension the king, but also like he did set up these QR codes, like, you know, it will if they scan it, it will it's one of those nefarious QR codes where it's just, oh, you scan this, it links to your bank account and it has wired me, you know, some money. And so, but then after doing that, it takes them to a page of their own shittily drawn Bored Ape NFT. And it's just like, you know, changed a couple pixels here and there for all the different ones.
Amazing. As for who's sort of hobnobbing with the mayor and or the king directly, you actually do not see, as you move around the room, you don't see either of them yet. Neither of them have made an appearance quite yet. However, Max, as you are making your rounds, you do spot in the corner a familiar face. You see an individual who, back in your heyday, you ran several jobs for. They were pretty secretive. You didn't exactly go out afterwards for beers or anything, but they have definitely hit you up. Honestly, before the convergence, when you were just doing your thing, for materials for your work. You really only knew them as Liz. But they appear to be in the corner. Really, honestly, it looks as if she's involved in the security of this event. Just all black suit, earpiece, and is sort of surveying the room pretty officially. She has not spotted you yet, however. You are muted.
Nope. I had been unmuted. Gonna file that away, and probably go check in with. I mean, I guess at this point it's probably, or is Leah still at the table, or did she wander off?
Leah's not wandered off yet.
Okay, but yeah, check in with those at the table after completing a circuit. Isn't gonna just like beeline back to the table, but okay, and like. Takes hat off, sets it down on the table. It's still like taller than he is, but like setting it up so that it like is in between him and Liz, and is going to use the hat to this effect several times throughout the night to just like obscure him from various people. But so an old contact of mine, I think, is head of security tonight, which could go in our favor maybe if things go very wrong. No, not that kind of contact, Gus. But also means that security is serious business. So we need to do our best not to piss them off that much.
Do you point them out?
Yeah, would just describe them and like without pointing or even looking their way, just be like they're over in the corner by the Monstera plant or whatever they are.
High type bun, really sour look on the face.
Not quite, Gus. Gus, as you glance over, you also see a familiar face.
Yes.
Tall, muscularly built woman, short, cropped hair, and we'll say that as Max looked over at her, he did not see this because she was at a bit of a profile looking around the room. But when you glance over, she turns her head and you very clearly see the large claw scrape-like scar across one side of her face. Oh, you know this person, Gus. This, as you knew her, is, well, she was your sergeant. But you now have heard that she was Master Sergeant Elizabeth McHugh.
Gus tips his bowler hat down over his eyes. Oh no. Oh no.
What did you and Max will make the same hand motions that Gus did to him?
Nope. Old CO over in the corner. That's fun.
And just to clarify, we are talking about the same person. At first, I thought maybe there was like some magic nonsense happening and see different people.
Yep. More importantly, Gus, you will recall that it was as a favor, really, to your old CO that you and Sam and a couple of your former army buddies took that fateful trip into the jungle.
Boy, that's something else I should probably drop onto the table, huh? Yeah, Remember that job into the jungle that I took a while back?
You're saying that she.
Asked a favor, yeah.
All right. Max has one hand on his cane and grips it a bit too hard, and whoever's on that side of the table sees it like start to lose its form as it slackens out into what would be a whip sword, but quickly hears it clink or something and catches it and presses the button to pull it back into cane.
Are Leah and Juno at the table?
Yes.
Yeah, Leah's still there.
Okay, just checking. As you all ruminate on this new information, you hear the band strike up. And you hear just a bit of a scattering of applause as the person you would assume to be sort of the MC of the evening comes out onto a podium and announces, thank you all for coming. Yes, we would like to, before we begin the festivities, have a quick word from, the woman you've all come to see. Give it up for our mayor! And you all see from a door near the back of one of the staircases where the stage is abutted to, you see in a lovely fitted ball gown, bright royal blue, one of those like sweetheart numbers with like the big bow in the back that sort of trails down, perfectly coiffed, cropped politician hair. You see the mayor of Concord. Fuck, did we ever name the mayor?
I
I can check my early
Did we?
session notes, but I
I don't think we ever actually named her. I think we've just
I don't
called
think
her
we
the mayor
did.
this
Yeah.
whole time.
I don't.
I don't know if did we even.
Huh?
This is the first time I'm hearing their pronouns.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't even think I knew the mayor was like a dude.
Yeah.
Oh, mayor's not a dude.
No.
Mayor's a woman.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what did I hear? I must have heard something else.
No, it's all good.
Mayor's.
I'm pretty
not
sure
a
we've
dude.
never.
I thought the
gotten a
mayor
name.
was a dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
Mayor,
of.
mayor is a woman.
Oh, he super didn't know that.
That is okay.
Give it like a little air of mystery, you know?
We are going to name the mayor as I pull up a list of current mayors in the United States and just hodgepodge one together. The mayor's name is Madeline Kenny. Hey, there
Sounds
we go.
like a mayor.
Yep. Mayor Meriton. Thank you, chat.
Mayor.
Madeline Maddie
John Mayer.
Kenny.
John.
Madeline Mayor.
Madeline John Mayer.
I don't know about
Mayor,
y'all,
It's
but
a
your
family
body's
name.
a
It's first it's Jean Mayer.
Jean Mayer.
Jean Mayer.
Jean.
Oh. She approaches the podium, shakes hands with the MC, and I won't bore you with just some very bland sort of non-speak politics style. She, thanks everyone for coming, for their support, mentions that, makes a offhand joke about re-election coming up next year, some titters of laughter, and then encourages everyone to take a seat as dinner will soon be served.
Does she lie at any point during her speech?
Interesting point. I think the only thing that she lies about, Leah, other than all of the double talk where she doesn't really say much of anything, is she lies about being delighted that everyone is here this evening. She is not delighted that everyone is here this evening. Otherwise, she just says a lot of doublespeak. That's not.
I mean, to be fair, we're not
necessarily
delighted that
Yeah.
everyone is here.
No, it's very true.
I had a really bad brain gremlin.
Oh no!
During the speech, Gus leans over to Leah, raises his cufflink to his mouth and says, "Take the shot." And then looks to Leah. Wild if that was true, though, right?
Leah turns achingly slow towards Gus and says, "You're committed to getting me arrested tonight, aren't you?"
No, you can do that all by yourself.
The smatterings of applause, and the mayor steps down from the podium, and does appear to step out to greet a couple people, and her table, she does have a table similar to everyone else, but it is much closer to the stage and what appears to be maybe like a more private sort of office area further in the back. But she does take a seat with a handful of people, shaking hands, whatnot.
Sandy makes his way back to the table and sits down with the others. So are we just going to mosey our way over to the mayor, talk to her, or should we just keep an eye on her this entire night? Because I am very much forward to walking over there and trying to start a conversation.
I wasn't planning on getting within arm's reach of her, no.
I could get over there.
Should we do the lost violin of Scheherazade plan?
Do y'all just want me to read her mind from here? Because that might be the safer thing to do and kind of the whole reason I suggested this, but
You
sure,
can't
you
do
do
that.
whatever you want now.
Well, no, if you could do that, I understand. It's just I rarely get a chance to be in large social situations like this and try to get as much money as possible from a bunch of
Why
people.
don't I get you some information that you can work off of? Some actionable intelligence. How about that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Turns to Max real quick. Liz still thinks I'm dead. I should skedaddle.
Yeah, that could be an issue if she recognizes you.
What a day to be without my Phantom of the Opera mask.
He wants my monocle. Let him take it.
Oh my god, it's Russ.
Call me Mr. Monopoly.
He takes the monocle back after he
Oh.
says that.
Hey.
No.
Can you just pop home and get a mask or something?
It's gonna be like a big flash. Oh, I could do it. Walks away. Goes inside the lavatory. Teleports home. Grabs a mask. Teleports back into the laboratory. Opens the door to this confused individual. You should let that air out for about 20 minutes.
35 to 45 minutes.
Just a domino mask. Walks back. Hi.
How conspicuously the only person here wearing a mask.
Yeah, that might actually make it worse now that I think about
It's a
it.
gala, though. People can wear
No,
whatever
it's
they
fancy.
It's wonderful.
I will say
helps.
there's definitely not whether you could see anyone wearing a full domino mask. That's definitely not happening. However,
That's
there's
what
definitely
makes it fancy.
true. I mean, there are definitely some very interesting fascinators, some veils, things of that nature. We're talking high society fashion moments. So I won't say it's
Juxtapose.
completely obvious, but it's probably a little out of the ordinary.
Everyone's wearing these fancy masks, and you could still see the Spirit Halloween tag on Gus's.
I reach over and pluck the tag off.
Hey. I was gonna return this.
No, you won't.
You don't have to
I
have
pick the
tag
tag up
to
off the
return something
table
to
and
Spirit Halloween.
stick it onto Aunt Sandy's back.
He does it. Wait.
Amazing. I had this entire time have been looking for fancy 5-course meal ideas, and I have not been able to do so.
Well, I think the appetizer is like
it would be soup, appetizer, salad, main course, dessert.
the soup is a they gave us two options. They either gave us a rich, hearty tomato soup that had like
Tomato bisque of some
Oh yeah,
kind.
tomato bisque kind of thing, rich and hearty, fills up the tummy and gets you ready for the next part of the meal. But the other option was a dumpling kind of soup. Maybe like
I love it.
yeah.
The food is fantastic. It is delicious. It is a very lovingly catered. But yeah, overall, everyone, the band is just sort of playing some nice light background music. This lovely sensual bolero, quite obviously. And you are served.
Is the king of something here tonight?
Yeah.
He's the king of shadows.
The king of games, yes.
The
King of
I
shadows.
thought it was the king of visions.
I'm sorry, the king of visions. You were absolutely right. I'm literally looking at my notes and I said the wrong thing.
Let's wait for the king of shadows to show up now, everyone.
Or
King of Visions is not here. Although, have you ever met the King of Visions, Leah?
Unless Queenie has the picture of them on her nightstand, probably not.
Nah.
Juno knows what he looks like.
Juno absolutely knows what he looks like, and no.
Could I get
he
a
has not.
Okay, yeah, never mind. So if Juno, Leah would at some point have been like, "Hey, point out to me if that person, if the king of games shows up."
Oh no, if he's here, I have to leave.
Okay. Good to know. I am gonna just throughout the entire meal, I think Leah's like pretty quiet, uncharacteristically, because I think she's just scanning the mayor's thoughts for anything that comes up during the course of conversation that might be important to them.
Okay. Give me a roll. Are you using sort of your telepathy?
My telepathy, yeah. So it allows me to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation without needing to actually talk with somebody. So it's normal.
Okay, I will give you the choice. Would you rather investigate a mystery or would you rather read a bad situation?
Yeah, I was looking to see if I think investigate a mystery is gonna move us along a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, because if I'm understanding, investigate a mystery would be like, I want to know more about like the overarching reason why we're here and stuff. Keep reading about situations, be like, what the fuck is going on like right now in
Right
this
here.
dinner party? I'll go with investigate a mystery.
All right. Give me a roll.
Come on, I feel like I've had my quota of bad rolls for tonight.
You got them all out of the way. Let's go. Let's do this.
I'm spending a luck point. I'm spending a luck point.
Okay.
I haven't spent a single luck point in this game, and I'm just gonna go for it. Fuck it.
I love it. You may hold 2. And you know what? Since you're using telepathy just for funsies, I might give you a little something at the end.
Okay. Do you want to know my
and
luck
then-
move too?
I was about to say, and then we'll resolve your luck move.
Because this might be really appropriate as well. But investigate a mystery. I think I'm gonna go with. I think the first one's like, what is being concealed here? I think it's the closest. Kind of the best general question to start with.
Okay. What is being concealed here? You're sort of going through like her surface thoughts, and honestly, most of her surface thoughts are very sharp, very not belying obviously the sort of plastered on politician face that she has going on at this official capacity. She hates it here. This is the worst part of her job. The only good thing is the food, and even that's not great. And the guy next to her's breath is awful, and he keeps leaning over to her. And all she wants is for him to write her a check and go the fuck away. And that's a lot of what you're getting at first. As conversation continues, she does sort of bringing it more to the forefront of her mind as she's sort of in autopilot. She begins to think on an appointment that she is supposed to have later tonight. You don't really get any visual on this appointment. And as you sort of try to dig in a little deeper, as she continues to ponder this, you realize it's because she doesn't have a visual for this appointment. And you're gathering that means she hasn't actually met, at least in person, this individual for this meeting. But it just sort of keeps popping up in her mind that she just has to get through this, and then hopefully she will have at least more information about the thing that she has been looking for.
Okay. My last question, or my second question, is, I'm interested to see how this is interpreted. What can hurt it?
What can hurt it? The mayor, being in her mind for this long of a time, is a very flinty is a word. What's another word? Cutthroat. This is a ruthless individual. Even some of her errant thoughts about the King of Visions do not seem to hold any sort of more either romantic or heartfelt feelings around them. This is a very, very cold, ruthless individual. But goddamn, does she care about her optics and maintaining them to maintain her power. And I believe, as the Flake, you have a very special luck move.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read it, or would you like to read it?
I can read it, since you're going to have to tell me what it does.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you spend a luck, pick an aspect of the current situation. The Keeper will tell you what other conspiracies that aspect is connected to. If that aspect wasn't part of another conspiracy, it is now.
I don't think that last part will really play into this, but...
Well, I'm picking the catering.
I had it already. No, go ahead.
I actually think I'm gonna go with our, because maybe while I'm focusing so much on her, maybe picking up some other thoughts, because I was thinking about, what's her face running security?
Master Sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give this to you because it's been a long day and my brain hurts. As she's sort of trudging through her mind here, Liz, as Max knows her, Master Sergeant, as Gus knows her, of anyone that the mayor's been thinking about this evening. I won't say that she likes Liz, but I think she feels at least a little more affinity for her than any other people that have been on her mind, because they are so alike. And she starts to, maybe at some nudgings within, with you in her mind, begins to sort of think back on how they met and their connections therein. Liz came to the mayor several years ago with a proposition involving the jungle, the angels, and how Liz could make that work for her. Liz has a in of sorts with the angels, in that she is one of them.
So Liz is an angel.
Liz is an angel.
Leah's face goes a bit pale, and so was about to eat a bite of food, as again has been listening through most of this it's a watching a TV show in the background. It's just staring off the middle distance, listening, then goes to eat a bite of food and just lets it drop onto her plate.
Well, what's wrong?
I think she just kind of looks across the table at Gus and Juno and Max with a very sad look.
What's wrong, Leah?
I think I've got a lot here, but this probably isn't the best time to talk about all of it. I've got some stuff on the mayor.
Anything we can use?
She has an appointment after the gala tonight. She doesn't know who she's meeting with or really what, doesn't have many details on the meeting, but it seems important, whatever it is. She'd definitely rather be there than here.
You got a locale?
No.
Okay, so how should we handle this? Should we try to get out of her where she's going, or do we try to, I don't know, tail her, or should we?
Okay, hear me out on this one. This lady is obsessed with her job and looking real good doing it. We might get a chance to talk to her if we threaten that here, but that's a real risky gamble to take.
I like risky gambles.
We don't know what you know. Do you think it's worth it?
I think she seems pretty dangerous. Not in the smart dangerous,
Connections dangerous?
Yeah. I could reach out to her in her head and make some threats, see if she'll meet us someplace alone, but I just don't know if she's gonna fall for something like that.
I could try that, and go over to her and do the idle threat stuff. Maybe it'll be a bit more intense for if someone said it to her directly instead of going into her head.
What if we don't go down the threat road first? What if we offer her something instead?
What do you have in mind?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really the one with the connections and stuff, but if she thought something was gonna help her get ahead,
That's
we
good.
could offer her the box. Not like we're gonna give it to her.
we could offer it. We could say we know what kind of person she is and that it might be best if she had it.
Okay. We could do that.
I just think starting off with threats is cutting out an option.
I like that idea.
We just, yeah, we need to be real careful, because security could be way more of a problem than I initially thought it would be.
Dealt with security before, it's no big deal.
With if Liz is heading it up, it's a big deal. But
It's a pretty big deal.
I think I have a way to tie all this together. I
Okay.
wander over for the socializing later as Noir. I spill my drink on her. I apologize. I lean in close. I tell her I have the box. And if security makes a fuss, I should be able to get my way out of it since I know Liz.
Are you sure
With
you know
all-
her?
Enough that I'll probably walk away alive.
With all due respect, Maxwell, I feel like I could probably get closer to her in the way you have said, Especially if you are aware of the security, you don't want to walk over there, especially if the security's keeping an eye on her. Heaven help they spot you.
But if she knows Max,
They don't know me. I could easily just walk over there.
While you're having this conversation, as we are about to take our break, who's sitting across from Leah? I'll let you all choose.
Gus has to be sitting next to her to lean over and say, "Take the shot" for the joke.
I'll say Sandy.
Thank God we need consistency with our jokes. you know?
Absolutely.
I'll say Sandy is.
Must
sitting
commit
across
to the
from her.
bit.
Sandy.
Commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty appropriate as Sandy was sort of the last one to speak. Sandy, you all are sort of deep in this conversation, so you don't quite look up until they are about 2 steps behind Leah. But you do see a tall, burly security officer walk directly behind her and tap her on the shoulder.
I look over at Leah.
Miss,
Yes?
we would like for you to come with us for a moment. There's someone who would like to speak with you.
Oh, I was just finishing my meal.
They'll have it for you afterwards. Please come with us.
Don't know how well to reheat, but okay. Leah stands up, and I think telepathically, who am I going to send this message to? Who is it going to hurt the least?
Who's it
I
gonna
think.
hurt the most?
Well, also, who's
Yeah.
going to keep a cool head? It's going to send it to Max. And says, "Be careful. Liz is an angel. And she and the mayor know something about what happened in the jungle." And gets up and follows.
Yeah, I think Max was probably sipping from his drink then, like stops, and so it's just like in his mouth, but other than that, doesn't give any kind of tell.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like, wait, do I need to stop and say something to this security who's accosting my friend? But
they don't seem to take any mind to the rest of you. They, in fact, like as Leah stands, they nod to the table and they escort her out and down the hallway.
I'm in danger.
Oh boy.
I'm in danger.
I didn't even do anything this time.
Leah, you're escorted by 2, and then you pick up another 2 as you continue further down the hall. So 2 ahead of you, 2 behind you, security officers, not making any like aggressive movements towards you. They just escort you down a hallway. Looks like, I mean, this is City Hall. These look like offices, for the folks that work here. And they take you down to what appears to be sort of a conference room, where one of them knocks, and you hear a deep voice say, "Enter." They open the door and gesture for you to go inside.
Thank you.
They nod. As you enter, they close the door behind you and lock it.
It's probably a fire hazard.
You say to the only individual in the room currently, you see a tall, thin, but that yoga muscle, individual, in a immaculately tailored all black suit with this embroidery of just all this plant life, flowers, everything, and it's really in its own black, so you only really see the embroidery if they turn in the light appropriately. Leaning back in their chair, what are those shoes called? With the little white on the tips.
Wingtips.
Wingtips. There you go. Wingtip shoes, kicked up, leaning back in a conference chair. Very, very, very beautiful, and very, very, very Fae. This man just very lazily turns to look at you as you say the fire hazard. I think we'll risk it. So, Ms. Tara.
Leah, please. That's my mother's name. Maybe. I think. I'm not sure.
How long have you been fucking my cousin? And Leah, I think just with, inference, you could probably tell that you are currently speaking to His Majesty, the King of Visions. And that's where we'll take our break.
Yeah, that felt like a stinger. I didn't want to interrupt.
No,
you on
I
that one.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you. You read the room, and you're a storyteller. This is how this goes.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, shake that off. That was a little tense. We're good. We'll just get some feeling happy going.
Did we know they were cousins?
I don't.
Yes.
We did.
We did.
Yes, they are cousins.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
She's called him her cousin before.
Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We're gonna go ahead and take our bio break, refresh ourselves, refresh drinks. Dad, any advice before we take our break?
don't get into NFTs. We're doing them for a goof, but they are ridiculous, and that might be going a little too far, but just don't get involved with them. You only have yourself to blame if you do.
Kind reminder, it's also tax season, April 17th.
Oh yeah, do your taxes, y'all. Especially if you're a freelancer, man. Get them papers in order.
Get it done. Thank you all so much. Yeah, we shall take a quick one and be back to resolve this little conundrum we find ourselves in. So, stick around. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, Internet. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight as we took our break. We've refreshed ourselves. We've refreshed our drinks. I have a lovely little juice number in my buy, fly, and ready to die mug. One of many little merch items that you can purchase from our Stream Element store. Check it out. We got this on tank tops, which I also have. We have many other tank tops for your bisexual or non-bisexual wardrobe. Just most of us here are that, so tank tops. Anyway, I said most. It's okay. You're the token straight. It's fine. Anyway, we're gonna jump right back in. Let's see if you can tell who we're starting with by my musical change. Are you ready? It'll be a little game. It'll be fun. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We'll start back in the ballroom because I love making Val sweat. As we left off, the gang, your pal Leah was just escorted out of the ballroom at this lavish fundraising gala for Mayor Maddie.
Kenny.
Fuck, I don't remember. What was it?
Henny.
Henny, there we go. I should remember that. I have a dear friend with the last name Henny. Anyway.
Literally impossible not to think it's Albright.
Yeah. Yep.
Not her.
She has left, but right before she left, she sent a little personal DM of a sort directly into your pal Max's brain, stating what she had found out while perusing the mayor's brain, which is that the apparent head of security this evening, one Major Sergeant Elizabeth McGill, is an angel.
Okay, I have a question.
Yikes,
Yes.
stripes.
Since I've been in this building before,
Yes.
what general direction are they taking her? Is this gonna
We'll
be
say-
like an internal room? Is this gonna be like a room with a window?
The general direction that she was taken was, we'll say, the big ballroom, if you're like looking down on it as if it were a map. Stage is up here where some of like the VIP tables are. And then you're somewhere in the middle back at a table. One of the east tables, if you will. Leah was picked up from your table and escorted out a door at the west of the room. Juno, you've been here enough. You know, again, you don't know exactly where she was taken, but you do know that that door would take you to a hallway where a lot of the offices on this particular floor would be.
Some of them probably have some pretty nice windows.
Are you going to do the whole thing and go around the window?
Well, you're kind of stealing my thunder there a little bit.
Oh no, because I seen you do it. I'm sorry. Do you want to tell me again?
No, it's
listen.
okay. No, it's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay. And he like puts a hand on hers. Be careful.
Juno.
I was gonna stand up and go to the bathroom.
Okay.
For the second time tonight, someone randomly stands up from the table and just goes to the restroom.
Juno's pulling a Theo.
A little bit.
I learned it from watching you.
Yeah, we'll say like there are some bathrooms out this doorway in particular. But yeah, that area near the bathrooms is lit up. However, since they don't necessarily want you going down this way, you do see that the hallway going further down to where some of the office suites are is dark.
Cool. I'm gonna go into the bathroom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna open a window.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna lock myself in a stall. And then I'm gonna shapeshift into a little owl.
A little guy?
A little guy. Like a little
miniature owl?
Like
A
one of those
little
Holes
guy.
owls? Like one of the owls from Holes?
little guy.
Yes, the little owls from Holes.
Like littler than my face. I
And
love
then
it.
It's like
Amazing.
a
Flutter out the
squishmallow,
window.
a squishmallow owl.
I'm
But
gonna
even
just
smaller.
Try to see if maybe Leah's in one of these offices.
Okay. I would say, I mean, this is a bad situation. This is not a good situation.
Bad situation.
I'd say a really bad situation.
Okay. I'm probably good at that. Oh, I rolled a 6 and a 5. I'm pretty fucking good at that.
Woo!
That's
3, my man.
12, my friend.
What's it like to roll double digits in this game?
Feels good. Feels real
pretty
good.
Yeah.
bud. Do I get any bonus? No, that's 2 investigative mystery. That's fine.
But you do have a 10
Ooh,
plus, so you do
boy.
hold 3. You can ask
Alrighty.
3 questions.
What's the best way to protect the victim?
Right. So you flutter out this bathroom window, sort of around the building, and sort of on the side that you are on, you just looking through windows, and just everything is dark. You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone. As you get further down the building, you do sort of across from the office that you are peeking into, you do see a light on. So you're like, oh, okay, other side. So around.
I'm imagining that Juno has the problem of like Sam from True Blood, where it's like, oh, God, flying is so hard. I want to be a dog, please. I hate being a bird.
I hate being a bird. So you do eventually make your way around the building, and then as you make your way around, sort of like the third window, you do see a light on, and as you flutter down, you do see Leah. We'll say this is sort of the timing as it went, since you did this almost immediately after she left. Leah's still standing in the doorway. So we'll let you, with your special owl eyes, very quickly do your assessments before, we'll jump into what you hear of the conversation. So your best way to protect Leah, I would assume to be probably get into the room. It looks like, again, this it is an exterior office. There is a window into this room. But you have a pretty strong plate glass window in your way that doesn't appear to be open. And you do also see the black-clad, tall, lithe, Fae creature leaning back in a chair, looking directly at your dear friend.
Okay, I have another idea. I have
Okay,
a stupid.
you also
I
have 2 more questions.
Stupid idea this time. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? I would love it
Yes.
if the answer was no, actually.
I would love if you just said, nope, you're
God, I
good.
would love it if just one time the answer was like, no, nothing.
I will say, going back a little bit, in your quick look when you recognize the light across the hall, you did also see that there were 2 individuals standing on either side of the door that you now know is the entrance to the office where Leah is now. So there is the king himself and 2 security people behind a door.
Okay. Got one more. What's most vulnerable to me? I never ask the easy ones. Like, what's my best way in? It's probably the window.
I will say this. You're getting a good look at it as you're just flapping. The window itself looks pretty pristine. However, you know, these older windows that do one of the, like, it's not one that would just pull up. It's one of those that would, like, open on both sides. The window itself appears to be in good shape, but right above it, you have that teeny tiny little mini window over it. You do see a bit of a crack in there. You're not sure. You know, if we were talking mechanics, you might have to roll. But you might be able to peck at that a little bit and maybe shimmy into the room that way.
I'm gonna try that first, but I have a backup plan.
Okay. I will have you roll. What is more important right now? I will let you choose. Are you just busting in, owl and all, and you just want to kick some ass? Or are you trying to do this quietly so as not to alert the king, and you could roll to act under pressure?
Well, I should say something different based on the numbers, but I'm trying to do this quietly.
I will say, given that you are an owl, which are the quietest flying birds, and because you're just a little guy, you're so damn cute. I will give you a +1 forward on this, given.
It's at this moments like these, when I wish that Monster of the Week had the Apocalypse World highlighted stat thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 4s.
Okay.
8, 9.
Plus your +1 forward.
-1. 8.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, I will give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. Juno Owl. I was going to say jowl, but that's awful.
I literally was about to say the same thing.
Y'all, who know?
Oh.
Who know?
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Spot
You
on.
have a choice here. You could continue with your shimmy, but you're fairly certain that there's a point here where you'd have to do some pecking to really get on in here to bust through. We're just gonna make some noise and very probably alert the people inside the room to what is happening. Or you can do a bit of a Pooh Bear. And you can be a little stuck here right now. But you will be able to hear what's going on in the room as you are halfway inside of it. And you will not alert the people inside to your location.
But I'm gonna be stuck.
For the moment. That's not saying you couldn't then morph into, like, your fucking wolf form and just tear through the window. Quite probable.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be stuck.
Pooh Bear it is.
I'll be stuck.
You're just your little elf butt and your little tail and your little baby claws are just, you're like splooted halfway out the window. It's if anyone were
Nice.
watching, it would be adorable.
Look at the camera and say, yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself in this situation. Let me back up.
That's how we actually start the episode. Perfect. And
So just go back and edit and take that and put it at the front and then do the intro.
All right, set back to 1, everyone. And hello. No. Okay, we have a Juno Pooh Bear who is able to hear the conversation going on within. So how long have you been fucking my cousin?
It's a bit personal to be asking, to be honest. It's your cousin. I don't know if I feel comfortable saying that. Why don't we do this? Let me call her and let me make sure that she's okay with us discussing this stuff, and then I'll answer your question. Just give me a sec. Brings out the phone.
Leans back. Absolutely. In fact, I would love it if she would deign to show her face this evening.
Pretends to be like dialing or pulling up a contact. Oh, things not y'all a bit estranged?
You could say that.
That sucks.
In fact, I was astonished that she had purchased tickets this evening.
Really?
I myself really had no intention of coming to yet another one of these soirees. But if there was a chance for a family reunion, well, I couldn't pass that up, could I?
I suppose not. You know, family's important and all.
So, what the fuck are you doing here?
It just seemed like a good cause.
That you asked my cousin to pay for.
She's very generous like that. Couldn't make it, very busy, but sent me along, and then I brought some just casual acquaintances. Like the first 4 people that I found just like hanging out. Yeah.
Who happened to have gala appropriate attire.
Yeah. Strange how that works. So seems to be a misunderstanding. She's not here. Oops. I guess I'll let her know that you said hi and send your love along.
I'm going to ask you a question. And I'm only going to ask it politely. Once. Where is the ring?
Was he lying when he said he was only going to ask it once?
He was not.
Okay, just checking. I'm pretty sure it's in my DVD collection back at my apartment, but you could probably just rent it online, honestly.
Leah, I'm going to need you to act under pressure.
Yeah, I figured.
As with what looks almost just like a snap of his fingers, he attempts to shoot out what look like thorned, barbed vines in your direction.
Leah's kind of a butthole.
That's a 3.
Sweetie.
I've got lots of XP this session.
Who did you piss off?
I don't know. Apparently, the creators of Roll.
Yeah, please make sure you are taking all this nom 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 delicious XP this evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna level up. I just leveled up at the end of last game. I'm gonna lap myself.
The devil world's like, this motherfucker's asking for too many functions. I'm gonna just...
Leah, these thorns, lightning fast, wrap around you, just binding your arms and legs together, as well as throwing you backward into the wall. And the thorns at your back seem to almost lengthen out to stick you and adhere you to it. No. He seems pretty skilled with that. He lazily kicks his feet off the table, stands up, and slowly walks toward you. I did tell you that I would only ask once nicely. Well, that appears to be something we share. No, that's not under my purview. I had unimaginable power in my prime. However, this mishmash of worlds that we find ourselves in, we don't quite have the same capabilities as I once did. However, I've always been able to know whether the people I interact with are telling the full half or not any of the truth. So.
Almost like we took the same playbook. Cool.
Once again, Miss Terra. Where the fuck is my cousin's ring?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop fucking around here. I'm gonna assume that you mean she's got a lot of jewelry. I'm gonna assume I know which ring you're talking about.
The vines squeeze ever so tighter.
Okay. Like super magic ring, yada yada yada. Something about fate, right? That one?
Very good.
Right. Okay. So I know you said you don't have to ask a question again. I have heard it. So but I do want to ask you one question in return. If you were in my position and your cousin had somehow bequeathed this ring unto me, and you were stuck in my situation of being between two very powerful people like this, what would you do?
He, for a flash of a moment, has a bit of an impish smile on his face, shakes his head. No, not now. You might as well have asked me what I would do if I were an ant running away from the bottom of a shoe.
I mean, however you want to metaphorize it, sure.
I frankly don't fucking care, Miss Terra. I've asked you a question. You have yet to answer it. as the vines squeeze even tighter. I'm going to say at this point, with all of those thorns attached to them, Leah, you are going to take 1 harm.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm bleeding now.
We're in the very top of the room, in the window. There's just a single, very quiet. Ooh. Probably could have been coming from outside. Nighttime.
Do I see the owl?
I don't know, but Juno's thinking extremely loudly and hard right now.
I mean, you have your telepathy. I feel like you could pretty easily scan a room.
Catches on that and says, "Yeah, who are you to be asking these questions?" And starts rambling a little bit while in her head towards Juno. She says, "Juno, hey, I could use some backup here."
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Punch him in the back of the head.
Is that really how you want this to go?
Can you teleport me out of here?
No.
Okay, then that's kind of the best. Or do you want me to give her the ring? Give him the ring.
Did you bring the ring with you? Are you wearing it right now?
I don't think I would have. I don't think I'd be wearing it.
Okay.
But I'm fairly positive that Leah has it on her.
Okay. I have an idea. When he's distracted, you need to do whatever you can to get out, okay?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yep. Just make it quick.
Just ramble for another second.
Okay. So let's make a deal here. I get it, but you really got to put something in for me, because what? How am I supposed to know you're not just gonna kill me as soon as I tell you where I hid it away?
Trying to wiggle myself out, like outside.
Like
Okay.
I need protection here. I think some sort of guarantee.
Juno, I will say, through the transitive property of the Pooh Bear situation, you are able to get back out. You just weren't able to wiggle back in, so no roll necessary there.
I'm gonna pull back. I'm gonna shapeshift into a much bigger bird, like a crow.
Okay.
And I'm going to, like birds sometimes do, just fly directly into the window.
Does this mean Juno is now Chrono?
Chrono!
This is what I was gonna do earlier.
All right,
See
we
if
have
somebody
a chrono
would
trigger.
take pity on the bird. I'm gonna just fly as hard as I can into the window, preferably sort of at the top, and maybe like
Crack.
crack that and
Okay. Roll to kick some ass.
have a bird panic.
Kick that window's ass, Juno.
I get to roll with weird to do that. That's pretty. 10.
10. Yeah. You get to choose an extra effect. Would you like to take gain advantage to yourself or someone else? Would you like to... I mean, you're welcome to inflict terrible harm upon this window. I don't think it will necessarily be important, but feel free. You do you.
Fuck that window.
Here... Yeah, fuck that window.
Force them where I want them.
You want to force the window where you want it.
Which is open.
Which
and
is
maybe it does say them.
Okay. Are we going to argue the use of them in this? Absolutely. Okay. State your case, counselor.
Fae are generally extremely tied to nature. And holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with this bird? Is it hurt? I'm going to bust through the window and then I'm going to fall on the ground like this and hope that he will be just interested enough in what's going on that he'll come over here a little bit.
I'll allow it.
One of the Fae can literally turn into a bird, so like I feel like they like them.
Okay. I will give you that amazingly argued bit
I'll take
as
the
well.
harm if I have to from the window, honestly.
Yes, I will say, given that you are rushing forward in a small body at high velocity, you will take 2 harm. And you crash land, I'm gonna say like right, the conference table itself is between you and where Leah and the king are currently, and you just sort of crash land right in front of it, like across the table. I think very obviously, like the king like, flies around, and one of the security people sort of like busts in and is like, "Your Highness, it's fine. Go. Don't come back in until I tell you to. Go. It's gonna get messy."
Can I use this opportunity? Because the door's open. That saved me.
The door is open. There is one of the security officers with gun in hand at the door.
I gotta hope he might not just open fire on me for running away. But that's my only option to get out right now.
Okay. What are you doing?
Okay, so hear me out. When you seek out and receive someone's honest advice on the best course of action for you and do something else instead, mark experience. If you do exactly the opposite advice, you take +1 ongoing any moves you make pursuing that course. I did ask him what he would do in my situation. He was pretty vague about it, but I got the idea it was sort of to do what he said, and I'm not doing that. Does that count as doing the exact opposite of what he asked me to do? And to a lesser extent, do I get XP for it?
Wow, we really are punchy tonight. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Perfect.
And yes, take this is Leah's night for XP, everybody.
I'm gonna need
Go.
them.
I'll handle it.
I'm gonna try to using that opportunity to try to, even if I gotta hurt myself a little bit, slip out through the thorny vines and just like beeline it to the door through the door while the guard's distracted.
Cool. You are pretty close to the door right now. Like you got like suction cupped to the wall.
Like next to the perfect.
I would say pretty close to the doorway.
Because I was gonna telepathically try to ruse the guard into coming in, and this saved my need to do that.
I mean,
that was the
you crashed
idea.
through a window very
Yeah.
loudly, so
That was the idea.
They definitely wanted
Yeah.
to check in.
So yeah, what do I roll to escape some vines and run away very quick? Is that going to be an act under pressure?
I would say that's an act under pressure. Yeah.
All
Unless
right.
you want to try and kick the vine's ass. But
Well, my tough is better than my cool. But
I know you're a bug type. I don't think you have the type advantage against grass.
Damn, he's
or
right
fairy.
though.
I think I specifically do if I'm bug type and it's grass type.
Yeah.
But
2 times effective.
no, I'll roll.
super effective.
I mean, what do you want me to roll? What should I roll?
I will give you the choice. I will give you the choice. In this
Then I'm going to
situation.
choose the
If
one
it's-
I've got
if
the
it's-
better.
Okay, I will say this. If you're trying to act under pressure, I would say that this is more of like an unobtrusive, like while everyone's distracted by the fucking bird
See, yeah,
and,
that's
like, the
more what I was
busted
going
window,
for. Yeah.
that you could maybe like either slip out or start hopping your way down the hallway.
I will make a bigger scene.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm going to act under pressure to try to
All right.
keep it as subdued as possible.
Roll to act under pressure.
Which I guess I'll just roll that as my 0 because I got the +1. Oh, finally a decent roll. That's a 9.
Okay. So, worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Leah. You can slip out of the vines, which slip is probably not the best word considering like the 2-inch fucking thorns across all of these. You could do that, and you can more unobtrusively run like fucking hell down this hallway. You'll be a little faster. However, you will take 3 harm.
Okay.
Or you could stay within the vines, which is gonna make you a lot slower trying to get out of here. But you won't take the harm. And you're pretty sure you can at least still get through the door.
I'll take the harm.
Okay.
I'll take the harm. I'm trying to make Juno's thought count, and I assume somebody will keep me from bleeding out, because that does make me unstable.
That does indeed make you unstable. Okay. So a couple things happen in this moment. There is a shrieking, garbled bird noise. Juno might not be the best like actor in, you know, like their own skin, but as like a crow, they're like Oscar-worthy performance right now.
Well, it's because what she's portraying right now is her number one emotion, panic.
Amazing. So yeah, both the guard and the king are now sort of just standing over this crow with like one foot sort of twitching, being like, the fuck? And Leah, you see your chance.
Yeah, I think Leah just grits her teeth through the pain and probably tearing this very nice suit that she wore. Pulls herself.
Suits are replaceable. Leah's are not.
Pulls herself through the vines and I think ditches her shoes as before she climbs out of it, has already like kicked her shoes off and is just like sprinting barefoot down the hallway, pure adrenaline right now as she is bleeding very badly.
100%. There is a shout from the other security officer in the hallway who says, "Freeze! Don't move!" And then you hear another shout of, "She's running!"
Where's the other security guard located?
He was outside the door still.
Okay.
You do not hear any shots, but you do begin to hear footfalls.
Okay,
behind you.
so I passed him immediately. All right, probably too late to garrote him at this point. I will. I don't hear any shots. I'm running straight into the ballroom, and as soon as I bust into the ballroom, I'm screaming fire.
Amazing. I what fucking music is this? Shit. Anyway, we'll come back to our friends in the ballroom for a moment before this happens. Let's do some timey-wimey, shall we? Gents, your friend Leah was escorted out of the room, and then your friend Juno said, "I've got an idea," and went to the bathroom, and has not returned.
Okay. Well, while they're off doing that, let's get this information from the mayor. We have two options.
What am I going to be doing while Max is talking to Liz and you're talking to the mayor?
Well, if it gets to the point where we need to go with the nuclear option, he says he pronounced it as nuclear, specifically, just to annoy Gus. If we have to go with the nuclear option, it will be you, Gus. You will need to reveal yourself to Liz. That will be the ultimate distraction if things go south with Maxwell.
I guess I'll unbelt my pants now then?
No, don't. No, just take off the bloody mask is what I mean.
Oh. I know what you meant. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Listen, I love you for that. And he pats him on the shoulder. All right, ready?
Just very briefly. Apparently Liz is an angel.
Sandy's eyes widen a bit. Oh, okay. All right, then that just adds a little bit more pressure to this.
The domino
Looks
mask
like Gus.
comes
Let me
off.
handle it.
Sets it on the table.
Gus,
You ready, but let me take point.
Gus. He puts his hand on Gus's shoulders, like holds him a bit. Gus, I understand. I understand. This is a very tense situation, and I understand you have a past with her, and even more so because she is a bloody angel. But right now, we have to keep our cool. Please.
Gus shoots Max a look. Handle Liz. Or else she's going to, well... I'm gonna drive my dagger handle first into her. And he will sit down and wait like a good boy. I made a roll, by the way.
I was gonna ask. Yes. Good boy roll. TM. RJ.
That's a different game.
I need everyone here to call me. No, don't do that. Don't please, no.
Max.
Yep. Kind of looks at Gus for another moment, nods to Sandy, and then will take the very large hat, reaffix it to his head, pick up the cane, and start sauntering over to wherever Liz has gotten to now.
She is still posted up near the stage. She's not directly in line with the mayor's table. The mayor, like, again, sort of downward view. The mayor's table, sort of that VIP table, is in like the leftmost corner of the ballroom. Honestly, like right by what you would assume like the hallway toward her offices, and also seems to be the easiest to protect. So if the mayor is here, there are maybe 2 or 3 more tables that would go right in front of the stage. And she's sort of posted into that corner of the stage, sort of doing her thing.
Yeah, and Max will take a slightly meandering route, like isn't just beelining it, but gonna approach her, like go around so that like he doesn't get between her and the mayor at all. But will I guess the question is how close can Max get before she's like, whoa, back up or something?
I mean, people have started at this point, like, the band hasn't, like, struck up, like, the dance tunes quite yet. Like, some people are still eating. But they've definitely, like, started some slow songs. There are some people that have gathered on the dance floor. No one is, like, up close in her face yet or anything. But there are some people that are, like, within 6 to 8 feet from her, and she doesn't really seem to mind. She's just doing her thing.
Yep. So we'll, do the thing you do at a party where you're, like, side by side with someone, observing the scene, and well, fancy seeing you here, Liz.
At Liz, her head just, like, barely visibly, only because you're right there next to her, do you see it just sort of chin up in recognition, and a slow turn to look at you. The fuck are you wearing?
It's a costume.
Yeah.
I figured if
why?
I had to dress up, I'd make a mockery of all these rich bastards.
Mission accomplished, I think. So what, you're here on someone's dime? Or you made a sizable donation to the mayor's re-election campaign?
More of the former, and it's on that note that one of the members of my party seems to have been abducted by your security team.
She pauses. Ms. Tara.
That's the one. Now, I know normally she does who knows what, but she's been on her best behavior tonight, and so I know there's no reason at all for your people to have grabbed her.
She's in no danger. She had a few questions that my team wanted answered.
And they had to whisk her away to... Well, do they even have dungeons in City Hall? Wouldn't surprise me.
It was a private matter. Obviously, the mayor didn't want a scene on what should be a fun and celebratory occasion.
Does anyone in here look like they're having fun? Well,
Not a
maybe
fucking
that guy,
chance.
he's had a few too many to drink.
Nah, he's pretty miserable too, I would imagine. Yeah, woo, too, yeah. Well,
Is it-
if you're here with her, I would imagine she'll be back in about 20-30 minutes.
Well, let's just say she doesn't have the best relationship with authority figures, so might help diffuse the
That's
situation.
Not exactly what I've heard, but
Well, fair, but I don't think that skill set is going to come into play here.
she just chuckles at that.
But if we want to diffuse the situation and make sure everyone gets fair questions answered, it might be useful if you take me to her, help diffuse the situation.
She turns fully to you, claps you on the shoulder. Not a chance in hell, bud. Why don't you go enjoy the rest of the party? She'll be back soon.
Trying to figure out if there's something I can do with one of my playbook moves. I would have to have a roll to use a luck point.
Do you want to try and manipulate someone and try to
Hmm.
convince her?
Yeah, probably. But that'll end up just being a flat roll. And I think I will say, like, she claps me on the shoulder, which is now a prosthetic, which she feels, which didn't used to be one. So maybe that takes her a little bit by, maybe not surprise, but
She gives it a squeeze. Doesn't comment on it.
I guess let me try a charm roll here.
All right.
That's only a 5. But I will use one of my luck points here.
Okay.
Which, when the action scientist spends a point of luck, some gadget or machine near you will do something weird, malfunction, break down, or explode.
Very interesting. How appropriate. Max, as she squeezes your shoulder in this pat. For one, you feel, I don't know if she's ever actually like touched you in that capacity before. This is a casual gesture. You feel in this moment the raw power coming from her body in the simplest of movements. I don't even think she's attempting to threaten you right now. This is really just a pat on the shoulder to a friend. She could crush your clavicle in this moment if she so chose. And you feel that in this brief moment. And whether there's a realization, a confirmation of what you now know of her true origin, or, I don't know, pure unadulterated rage, whatever flavor you prefer here, Max, your eye twitches a little. And the monitors on the stage explode in flame. And it's at that moment that a disheveled, bleeding, shoeless Leah runs into the ballroom. And as we end, Leah, what do you say?
There's a fucking fire! Everyone get out!
And that's where we'll end for this evening.
I'm so worried about Juno.
I don't worry about Juno. I don't think you need to either. I think Juno's gonna have some fun next week.
Right.
Oh, thank you so much to my amazing players. Gosh darn it, you guys make this fun every week. And thank you if you're hanging out with us in chat. I see some of you. I see you. What's up? We are gonna go around and our wonderful cast is gonna tell us once again who they are. They're gonna give us a star and a wish and a bond point. And we shall start as always with Val.
Hello, everybody. Star, wish, bond. I'm gonna give my star to Juno for Owl Winnie the Pooh. What do we call it? Juno. I love Juno. And Owl Winnie the Pooh. Puno? Sure.
Puno and Puno sounds terrible. I'm putting it anyway.
It's that like, no, never mind. Never mind.
It's that week after eating MREs where you just don't.
Oh no!
I was gonna say a horrible Beano alternative.
My my wish is that this conversation never happened.
Too late. It's on the internet for all to see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my wish is for the terrible trauma trio to enact their revenge and ruination upon this angel.
I think that could probably be arranged.
Yeah. And my bond is gonna go. I think my bond's gonna go to Max. Because of the moment. I think Max probably knows Leah a bit better. That like under pressure, Leah knew who to give that information to, and that she was thinking about like this is something you should and probably want to know. So.
My star to Leah is actually exactly that. That was a quick thinking in a very pressured moment of not only who's the best person to tell, but who's the person to tell that's not gonna break their heart or make them go berserk right away.
Yeah.
And the fact that she took that into consideration is a huge bit of character growth
Progress.
for our fun chaos friend, Leah. And I loved it. Anything else for you, Val?
No, that's it.
Thank you. Van's up.
That's me. My star goes to Max and his NFTs.
To Max's NFT.
I literally have not stopped thinking of it. It's so fucking funny to me. I love it, and it has such a fun energy. Which I've never said about NFTs and never will again. But it's just fucking good. It's just a really good thing that you've done. I loved it. That was great. My wish, I can hear I'm having Game of Thrones flashbacks. I'm gonna have to fight something next time. I've resigned myself to that fact, which I'm pleased about, because it's sort of a lot of what the Monsters is built for. But in the fucking energy of Olenna Tyrell, I want him to know it was me. My bond's gonna go to Leah for you saw a lot of Juno dramatics today. A lot of Juno problem solving.
Oh, amazing. I mean, I'm sorry. I have to give it to the little guy. That's just my favorite Juno moment. It's just the little guy.
Juno thought, I've turned into an owl before. What if much smaller? He'll never see me.
Mwah. Brilliant and adorable. I love it. Anything else for you, Van?
No, I want him to know it was me.
I think
He's been pissed at me for a long time over something really stupid.
yeah.
So, like, I mean, the enemies you make are the enemies you make, dude.
Maybe don't die on stupid hills.
Juno would never say that, but I will. And she deserves this.
Oh, thank you, Van. Alex, you up?
Okay, let's see. My star is gonna go to Sandy in the Nigerian Prince scheme. And that was very tasty. It's a shame that other more important matters took over, because it would have been fun to see who managed to get more money out of the evening, Sandy or Max. Not that we were actually figuring out how much we were scamming out of people, but it's a silly thought. My wish is, even if Liz does end up just backhanding Max across the room and snapping him into a million pieces, that Max gets a dagger between her ribs first or something. It's I can make you bleed.
That Max stabs first. I like it. Do you have a dad joke for us?
Yes.
Oh, we need your bond as well.
Bond is going to go to Gus for the bit where it's I know Liz is an angel, and I know you have every right to be upset, but we need to let cooler heads prevail first.
Hey, Alex.
All right. We will need to figure that out. We'll also need to figure out when the bond scenes are going to happen, because we're very much in media res right now.
Gus now has 2 bond scenes.
Yep.
I'm gonna hope this event lasts enough to get bonds with everyone, and then we just have a small little thing.
And we just end on the lost mushroom eating night.
Yep. Gosh. Let's see which one. You know what? This one's tickling me tonight. A man was hospitalized with 6 plastic horses up his ass. Doctors have described his condition as stable.
I like that one.
That might be my favorite one you've ever done.
I like that one a lot.
That's really good. That's really good. Well done. Oh.
Thank you.
Anything else for you, Alex?
I think that's it.
Marvelous. I have to say my favorite Max moment was tell me the name again. I know the last name was Noir.
Norbert Noir. So it was like, okay, I'm not just gonna go Benoit Blanc. So
Beautifully done. Thank you for that. Oh, on to RJ.
I think there should be a monster of the week where everyone is kind of like, you know, Norbert Noir, Reginald LaRue. That'd be great. Hey everybody,
Amazing.
my name is RJ. Catch me again at RJustice282 on social medias. Stars and wishes. Fuck, there's one. I think
Some
my
good
star,
shit tonight, y'all.
It's some good shit tonight. I think my star is going to go to Leah for not only remaining calm and reading the mind of the mayor, deciding, okay, yeah, let's go with the non-nuclear option. Max, Angel. Also, star to you, Sid, because fuck you. Oh, my CO's an angel. That makes a lot more sense now.
I'm a stinker.
I also want wishes. I
had a whole big reveal for that shit too, but then Leah has to go roll luck move. And I was like, okay, yeah, I roll for that. Damn it. All right, here we go.
You're
I
welcome.
prototyped a scene with Alex and Wally where it was essentially like the dancers are on the dance floor, and Liz is looking out to it. Gus unmasks himself and looks at her. Dancer shifts in front of him, and then he's gone.
Oh shit!
I want that to happen.
I think we can incorporate that into a cinematic thing
Like
at
a
the
John
beginning.
Wick moment in the train station.
Yes.
I have a great line for it too. Oh, it's
John
gonna be
Wick
good.
Dance floor moment.
Fudge. I think my bond is gonna go. I think I talked to everyone today. Oh,
You did.
I'm gonna give it to Sandy for helping talk down.
Guess what?
Yes, yes, I calculated right.
I actually been thinking about like the Gus and Sandy Bond scene this entire episode,
Oh my god.
and I know exactly what I want to do as their Bond scene. I'm going to talk to you about it.
Coming for you next, Leah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Incredible.
That's it for me.
Amazing. My favorite moment was watching RJ's face when I revealed that Liz was an angel. And then again when Max revealed to Gus that Liz was an angel.
The dice are with us tonight, because if there was a low roll just in front of her, stab.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Anything else for you, RJ?
I think y'all are neat.
We think you're neat too. We love you. Hee hee hee. Thanks, RJ. Last but not least, Wally.
What's up? It's me, Wally. Yeah. My star, I gotta give it to not only Juno but also Chrono Trigger, because the wall splat was just fantastic and dramatic. An overly dramatic crow like laying on the ground was great. My wish is I don't know. I gotta think about this. I'll do my bond, but I'm giving my bond to Gus because that's the only person I talked to today. But yeah, that's my stuff for this week.
Wait.
Wish.
I
Wish.
can't think of a wish. I don't know.
I will take that as a compliment because we fulfilled all your wishes already.
I'll say my wish is that I really wanted to. This was like a moment I wanted Sandy to use all the moves. This is like a I didn't get to. But I want to have a moment where I talk to the mayor and try to use my moves because I was looking forward to that.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'll that's my wish. I want to use my grifter moves in full force.
I love it. I don't think that is off the table by any means. Just again, hands down, just I saw it coming as soon as you opened your mouth that we were getting the Nigerian Prince scheme. And I had what do you call it? They did it in the Gay Pirates TV show. God damn it, what's it called?
Oh, Our Flags Mean Death.
Our Flag Means Death. I had
an
Our Flag Means Death flashback, just all of that wonderful goodness, and it made me very happy. So thank you for that.
I definitely give my bond to Gus. That's my bond.
I love it. Hey, we're approximately on time. And once again, thank you to my amazing players. Y'all, with the big gap that we had, I just got the rest of this shit planned out. It's amazing. I'm going on autopilot, and y'all still managed to throw shit at me that I am not prepared for, and that's just what makes it fun at this point. So thank you for that. Come and join us again. Next stream again will be this Saturday, 11 o'clock Eastern, for premiere time of the Queer Chronicles of the was Strixhaven Quintet. Ha! It's gonna be amazing. We're all super excited, so please come join us, and then stick around for the afternoon for a finale. Ha! Jam-packed this weekend. Thank you again so much for hanging out with us. We love you. And as always, good game and good night, Internet.